Chosen one, listen, and listen very carefully. This is not a coincidence. If you're hearing this right now, if your eyes have landed on these words, it's because something in the spiritual realm has shifted. God has placed you here, right in this moment. Because tonight, yes, tonight, something is going to happen to you that will change the course of your entire life. And I need you to be ready for it. God says, you will be paralyzed tonight. But not in fear, not in darkness, not in defeat. You will be paralyzed by the weight of my glory. You will be unable to move, unable to speak, because my spirit is going to overtake you in a way you've never experienced before. Chosen one, heaven is about to fall directly onto your life. Your atmosphere will shift. Your body may go still, but your soul will be set on fire. This is not a message for everyone. Only those who have been marked, those God has set apart, will understand what's happening. You've been feeling it. The pressure, the warfare, the exhaustion. It's all been building to this exact moment. In order for you to receive it, your body will need to be still. You may feel frozen, but do not be afraid, because the Spirit of the Lord is upon you. Let me be clear, this is not just a season shift. It's a lifetime shift. Everything you've cried for, begged for, fasted for, it's here. The delays are ending. The attacks are being reversed. But God has to stop you long enough to give you the full blueprint. That's why tonight is sacred. That's why tonight your body will be still and your spirit will be awake. Before we continue, do these 3 things right now. Like this video, subscribe to help us reach 80,000 subscribers, comment 99 below. That number is a divine key. When you type it, you're unlocking alignment with this heavenly shift. Now hear me. Not everyone will make it to the end of this message. Some will get uncomfortable. Some will click off. That's how you know they weren't ready. But if your spirit is trembling right now, if your heart is racing, if you know deep down this message is speaking directly to you, then stay with me. Don't turn away. You are being called, activated, awakened. What happens next could very well be the most important night of your life. Let's go deeper. This is not a medical issue. This is not emotional burnout. What you're experiencing tonight is not ordinary, and you know it. You've tried to move like you normally do. You've tried to push through, but something is locking you down from the inside. This is divine. This is intentional. God has frozen you in place because your next level cannot be accessed through your previous patterns. You are being shut down so you can be rewired. Your energy is being interrupted. Your body feels still, heavy, unmotivated. But don't misunderstand this. You are not weak. You are not tired. You are under supernatural arrest. Heaven is holding you in place because your divine assignment is too critical to proceed with a misaligned body and spirit. This is not punishment. This is preservation. You are not being stopped because you are failing. You are being paused because your future requires a different structure. There are global events unfolding right now that are spiritually violent, cosmically intense, and energetically disruptive. God has seen what's coming. He knows the weight of what is breaking loose across nations, and He has chosen to isolate and activate you now, because you are part of the solution. You are not meant to be a bystander in this era. You are meant to be a divine responder. And to prepare you for that, everything in you must be recalibrated. Tonight, your legs may move, your mouth may speak, but internally, everything feels suspended. This is not natural. This is not explainable. You are paralyzed, not in fear, not in failure, but in purpose. Heaven has literally paused your inner world to shut off the noise and remap your internal architecture. Your old rhythm no longer fits the frequency of your future. It must be dismantled. You are not allowed to function like you used to, because those ways were tied to old wounds, old patterns, old trauma. God will not let you drag dysfunction into destiny. He is pulling the plug on your natural systems so he can upgrade your supernatural capacity. Your hands may not be building anything right now, but trust this, heaven is building you. And it must happen in stillness. Every system inside you, your beliefs, your responses, your memories, is being reset, not adjusted, not healed, rebuilt. Because where you're going next requires spiritual firepower, emotional stability, and mental clarity. You won't get that by running harder. You'll only get it by surrendering fully to this stillness tonight. Let's be clear. What you're feeling is not fatigue. It's spiritual sedation. You are not resting. You are under divine operation. God is inside your nervous system, inside your brain, inside your cellular memory, performing surgery without a scalpel. The tiredness you feel is not weakness. It's the anesthesia of the Holy Spirit, calming every muscle so heaven can work in stillness. There is trauma in your body that words couldn't heal. There is emotional damage your own mind blocked out to survive. But survival mode is no longer allowed. So God has shut down your conscious functions and taken over. He is rewiring your stress responses. He is detoxing your adrenal system. He is regulating your emotional patterns. This is not emotional healing. This is spiritual reconstruction. You'll wake up different, not inspired, rewired, not motivated, reprogrammed. God isn't coaching you tonight. He's rebuilding you from the roots, and it's happening on a level so deep, so sacred, that your conscious mind can't even access it yet. That's why he puts you under, not to knock you out, but to wake you up. What you are experiencing is a neurological reset. The emotional outbursts, the internal fog, the physical heaviness. These are symptoms of supernatural code being written into your nervous system. You've been wired to react, to flinch, to brace. That wiring ends tonight. God is installing divine patience, supernatural peace, unshakable inner authority. And for that to happen, your entire biological operating system must go offline. You will not feel normal because normal has been decommissioned. You are being upgraded with heaven's response software. When trauma triggers you tomorrow, you won't collapse. You'll command. You'll discern. You'll respond from your divine nature, not your damaged self. This is not theory. This is transformation. The same nervous system that once trembled in fear will soon tremble in glory. The stress hormones that controlled you are being overridden by light-based divine intelligence. This is not therapy. This is a takeover. And when you rise, you will never move the same again. Time has worn on your body, not just from aging, but from pain. You have carried stress, grief, trauma, and fear in your cells. Every sleepless night, every anxious moment, every heartbreak has physically altered you. But God never designed you to live under the weight of constant internal warfare. And now, He's taking back what was stolen from you, not just spiritually, but biologically. Tonight, the Holy Spirit is restoring your internal clock. This is not poetry, it's divine science. God is speaking to your mitochondria, your hormones, your DNA. Your body is being infused with the life force of heaven. The tension in your bones, the sluggishness in your muscles, the fog in your brain. God is reversing it, has frozen your body not to scare you, but to reshape you. Your spirit has cried out for transformation, for answers, for something new. But transformation never comes without deconstruction. So tonight, God is pulling down every false version of you, every identity shaped by fear, performance, rejection, or people-pleasing. He's breaking apart every layer of conditioning that was never meant to survive. This is spiritual architecture under renovation. You won't walk away from this experience with a better version of your old self. You'll walk away with a new foundation. The paralysis you feel is the holy pause between your past life and your real one. This is the divine quiet before the spiritual earthquake. God is not ignoring you. He's reconstructing you. And when the process completes, nothing about your energy, your decisions, or your direction will ever be the same. What's happening in you tonight is not isolated. It is synchronized with something global. You are not simply experiencing personal change. You are a sign of something bigger. The atmosphere around the world is shifting. Spiritual energy is being redirected. And you, yes you, are a signal flare for heaven's activity. You are pulled into this divine stillness, not just for your healing, but for global positioning. There are thousands, millions across the earth tonight who are feeling the same weight, the same stillness, the same supernatural silence. This is not coincidence. This is a kingdom-wide operation. God is calling his chosen ones into stillness so he can launch a new wave of leadership, revelation, and spiritual response into the earth. Your stillness is sacred ground. While others are running and striving, you are being held and activated. Not because you're better, but because you've been appointed. You are a tuning fork in the spirit, a divine conduit. And the recalibration happening inside you is the evidence that you've been called for a moment far larger than your personal plans. This is global. And tonight, you are the proof that heaven is on the move. The reason you can't move tonight is because God doesn't want you operating in the wrong direction anymore. You are not being slowed down. You are being repositioned for precision. This paralysis is not a mistake. It's a mechanism of divine control. Heaven is not waiting on your decision. It's overriding your old habits to install divine alignment. There are assignments ahead of you that you don't yet understand. And your old system, your default ways of thinking, responding, coping, deciding, cannot carry the weight of what's next. So God is shutting it all down. He's removing the instinct to react, the addiction to movement, the impulse to please people, because none of those things belong in your future. Tonight, you are being configured for clarity. There's a new system being written inside of you, a divine GPS, a new rhythm. You'll think differently, move differently, speak differently. You won't be moved by emotion. You'll be governed by truth. And this spiritual immobilization is the sacred restraint that allows that new programming to be sealed deep within you. There is a third shift happening in you tonight. One you didn't ask for, one you didn't see coming, and one you didn't even know you needed. It's not healing, it's not clarity, it's authority. Not the kind you learn from books, not the kind that comes from charisma. This is spiritual governmental power, and it's being activated inside of you. You've been hidden long enough, and the reason you've been underestimated, overlooked, and misunderstood is because God was concealing your real identity. But now, heaven is lifting the veil. The stillness you feel isn't just healing. It's the installation of something bigger. Divine spiritual authority that can speak to storms, command atmospheres, and shift rooms without trying. This isn't about titles. This isn't about churches or platforms. This is about function. You are being built into someone who will walk into broken environments and bring healing without speaking. You are being encoded with heaven's command. The fire in your eyes, the clarity in your voice, the stability in your body. All of it will come together to form something unstoppable. And it starts with what God is awakening in you tonight. You thought this stillness was about rest, or maybe healing. But it's so much more. This isn't a break. This is a briefing. You're being prepared for something far beyond the scope of your current life. God isn't fixing you for comfort. He's forming you for global impact. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That pull, that inner pressure, that strange anticipation. It's not in your imagination. It's the Holy Spirit drafting your soul into something that will echo across nations. You're not just being upgraded for yourself. You're being aligned for people you haven't even met yet. Your stillness tonight is someone else's miracle tomorrow. The world doesn't need more opinions. It needs voices of power. It doesn't need performers. It needs people who have been processed by fire. You are being prepared in silence, so you can operate in pure authority, not noise. This next season will demand people who have been with God, not just people who know how to talk about Him. And you, right now, in this stillness, are being marked as one of them. Tonight is the pinnacle, that the entire week has been a spiritual portal. A doorway opened, a shift began. God didn't suddenly decide to work on you. He's been preparing this moment in advance. Each day, leading up to this one, something deeper has been stirring in your spirit. And now, the door is fully open. You're not waiting for breakthrough. You've stepped into it. The past week wasn't random fatigue or mental fog. It was a pull into the corridor of recalibration. Each moment of exhaustion, each tear, each pause in your momentum, those were signs of the gravity building. And tonight, the full gravity has landed. You are walking through a divine threshold. What existed before will not exist after this. The old version of you no longer fits. The new you has been born in silence. And here's the power in it. You're going first. You're not just walking through this portal for yourself. You are carrying keys. You are a forerunner for others. You'll be able to speak what others can't yet explain. You'll be able to stabilize those who are still shaking. You are being sent ahead because you were built for this. This week didn't just shift you, it activated your leadership. The heaviness you feel tonight isn't weakness. It isn't burnout. It's not too much going on. It's the weight of God's glory resting on you. You're not broken, you're being saturated. You're not depleted, you're being overshadowed by something far greater than your own strength. You've asked God for encounters, for power, for proof. This is it, not in a loud moment, not in hype, but in holy stillness. A numbness is protection. A tiredness is spiritual saturation. God's presence is not just visiting you. It's filling your cells, pouring into the cracks of your soul, fusing with your biology. You're not off, you're being overtaken. You will walk out of this with evidence, not goosebumps, glory. People will feel the shift in your presence. Your energy will communicate before your words do. This is not emotional. This is dimensional. Glory has weight. And tonight, the Spirit of glory is choosing you as a vessel. That's not fatigue. It's favor, manifesting in silence. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's being transformed by spiritual energy. God's frequency is overtaking your cells, and your body is struggling to interpret what's happening. That shakiness, that stillness, that inner buzzing. It's divine light integrating with flesh. You're not weak. You're upgrading. This is not just about your spirit anymore. God is taking over your biology. Your immune system is being recalibrated. Your hormones are stabilizing. Your muscles are letting go of stored fear. Heaven isn't stopping at your soul. It's flowing through your bloodstream, your spine, your skin. Every molecule is being rewritten to match your divine assignment. Don't fight this. Don't try to get back to normal. There is no normal anymore. There is only forward. God isn't asking for your effort. He's asking for your surrender. Lay still. Let the fire do what it was sent to do. Don't resist the integration. This is not a moment. It's a merge. Let me speak this clearly. You are not dying. It feels like death, because it is the end of who you were. But this is not the finish. It is the birthing room. The shaking is your transition. The stillness is your rebirth. You are not being emptied to be discarded. You are being emptied to be filled with something eternal. You are coming out of this night with power, not just peace. With clarity, not just comfort. With fire, not just faith. The version of you that walks out of this stillness will speak with authority, move with boldness, and carry divine presence without needing to prove anything. You are being awakened at the deepest level of your being. This is not your breakdown. This is your becoming. And when you rise, when the Spirit says, "Move again," you will not just walk. You will walk in power, purpose, and divine fire that cannot be stopped. This night will mark you for the rest of your life. And when people ask what happened, you'll simply say, "God shut me down so He could raise me up." What God has started tonight is not finishing when the sun rises. In fact, it's only the beginning. Tomorrow night, the fire begins to speak. The stillness of tonight is not just preparation, it's ignition. And once the spiritual sedation lifts, what you'll begin to hear from within will not be your voice, it will be the refined, authoritative voice of your spirit, awakened and baptized in fire. The chatter of doubt, the whisper of insecurity, the mental noise you've lived with for years, it will begin to die out, replaced by something deeper. A voice that speaks with clarity, with conviction, and with command. You'll start to notice that your thoughts no longer come from survival instincts, but from divine intelligence. You'll recognize how little your old self was truly thinking, and how much your new self is receiving directly from Spirit. You won't need to rehearse confidence anymore. You won't have to psych yourself up or pretend you're brave. That fire will begin talking through you, not just to you. You will start to say things that surprise even you. You'll carry insights that feel too wise for your age. And you'll realize this is what happens when God doesn't just visit you, but builds Himself into you. The coming nights will reveal your new voice. It won't scream, it won't beg, it will simply speak, and atmospheres will shift. Your voice is becoming a weapon, and God has started its transformation tonight, so that in the coming days, you can speak from identity, not insecurity. Tonight was the shutdown. Tomorrow begins the unveiling. Your natural eyes will still see the world, but your spiritual sight will begin opening wide. You've been walking blind in many areas. Trusting God, yes, but not seeing what He sees. That ends in the next few nights. You are being given prophetic clarity, and it will change how you interpret everything. You'll begin to see people differently, not through the lens of offense, trauma, or assumption, but with spiritual accuracy. You will discern motives, not just behaviors. You'll recognize divine assignments camouflaged in chaos. You'll look at pain and know its purpose. And more importantly, you'll look in the mirror and see the truth of who you are, not the pain that tried to define you. This gift of sight is not random. It is part of the rewiring that started in stillness. The same way your nervous system is being restructured, your vision is being recalibrated to match heaven's wavelength. You will begin to have insight in conversations, dreams that unfold in real time, visions that guide you. This isn't spiritual fantasy, this is strategic upgrade. Your eyes are being healed of distortion. You won't just see facts, you'll see meaning. You'll stop reacting to what things look like and start responding to what they really are. That's not intuition. That's prophetic sight, and it's the next phase of your becoming. You will not just sleep, you will receive. Starting in the next few nights, your dream world will become your training ground. What once seemed random or forgettable will become a place of dialogue, direction, and divine disclosure. God is opening your dream realm as a classroom, and you must treat it with reverence. You'll begin to wake up with more than impressions. You'll wake up with blueprints, names, warnings, and affirmations. Your dreams will no longer be emotional leftovers from the day. They will be carefully constructed messages from the Spirit to guide your next steps. You will begin to write them down instinctively, because they will come with weight, like prophetic downloads. In the stillness of sleep, your body is relaxed, but your spirit is fully awake. This is where heaven will take you behind the curtain.